I don't. That's what I don't understand. What y'all not
What
getting?
we
Rules
get
for
rules
things.
for, not
Yes,
for me. That's cool,
right.
but don't say that Disney don't play when we
Disney
got a
does.
track record of them playing.
They don't play with their employees. If you
But
are at
they
the top,
play.
it's different. They
When
again,
you
they have let go a woman that refused to put her pronouns in on her Instagram. Okay, she was an actress in the show Mandalorian. They let her
yeah,
go
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
they do not when it comes to
They
their
checked her ass
employees.
too.
They and she was a white girl. Got her up on out of here.
This is Steve Harvey, and you're now watching the Don't Piss Me Off morning show.
Quite frankly, this is the best morning show I have ever heard. Let's make YouTube great again.
Okay, so the story is Shannon Sharpe was fired from ESPN, and Shannon Sharpe came out and made some remarks, and I have it. Let me know if y'all see it. Is it up? Yes, it up. Yay, it's working.
You got to turn the volume on.
I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is like, guys, could we get started? Obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family. I know I said this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And so as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize. I'm your big bro. I'm going to love you regardless. We all make mistakes. And he says, bro, I love you. So I'm done with this. You're done with it too. Move on. And I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. To get started, obviously, they saw me, Lakers in 5, and they saw me say all these analogies that my grandparents gave me, and I was able to bring that to ESPN. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But I just wished, of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, this thing could have waited until Monday, because I hate the fact that I'm overshadowing my brother, the first two brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Blah 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 blah. Okay. So my question to you guys is, do you think ESPN made the right decision by letting Shannon Sharpe go?
Black, you want to go?
Yeah, you can go first.
I don't necessarily agree with it, bro. Like, at what point I don't see where he broke the law. We can't dictate what these people do in their own time, but for some reason we get to dictate what people do at their own time. Just like the thing with Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce didn't do nothing wrong, bro. Like, these are law-abiding citizens. I don't understand. Like, well, I do get that how you have a higher perception than the law, but he didn't do nothing. I really don't see what the problem is, but hey, if you don't want to make your company, that's cool too. I do not like the backlash that he's getting from the community that, oh, he was fucking with a little girl. He was fucking with, if y'all have a problem with it, how about y'all just raise the age of consent? Like, I don't get it. Y'all keep saying, well, he shouldn't have fucked at 19 or 20. Well, if it's a problem, raise the age of consent. Because at this point, you telling me that your perception or what you think is more important than the law. Niggas follow the law. You put it at 18, niggas will fuck 18-year-old. You put it at 16, niggas will fuck 16-year-old. Change the law if it's going to be a problem moving forward, because I don't see what he did wrong. And trust me, I am against pedophiles. But let's stop punishing the nigga for, if Shannon has kept himself in prime shape at 60, to make a 20, 19, 21-year-old want to still fuck him, kudos to him. Nobody got a problem with Tracy Ellis Ross out here motherfucking thirst trapping at 60 and saying she like younger boys. But for some reason, when it's Shannon, we got the biggest problem in the world.
Black?
I'm tired.
Oh, sorry.
Look,
Sorry. Okay. Go ahead, Black.
jobs have boundaries, jobs have rules, jobs has restrictions, even when you're outside of work. Just like my job that I don't want to name on the internet or whatever. If you go to a certain place with your clothes on or whatever, you're a representation of that company.
Fact.
And if you cross that line, rules are there to well, what's the word I'm looking for?
Recommend.
Basically, if you do shit outside of work in company clothes or whatever, you're going to be penalized. That's what happened with Shannon Sharpe. I agree with ESPN for firing his ass because he's doing some shit that's quote unquote against the law. He admitted to it by doing a settlement with that white girl, and he should have put it, thought with his mind instead of this other head.
What did he do that was against the law?
Hold on, can I finish my statement? Okay, thank you. So, just like I said, I agree with ESPN, just like they did with Paul Pierce. Whatever you do outside of your job, whatever, you're a representation of ESPN. ESPN is owned by Disney. Disney do not fucking play that bullshit if y'all don't know by now.
Yes, they do.
All right, go ahead, bro.
I will say, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tukay. You wanted to rebuttal, and then I'll go.
Disney do play that shit. How if you think Disney don't play that shit, how all the motherfucking white girls from Disney Channel end up fucked up? They be getting fucked all the shit behind them.
They don't work with Disney no more.
Yeah, what?
Well, by the time they get fucked up, they ain't working for Disney no more.
Yeah, but they got fucked up on Disney Watch. Disney didn't give a fuck about them. So you tell me
Disney ain't
because you said that
Disney ain't got nothing to do with this.
Right, you're
out stuff like that.
I'm not moving the goalpost.
That's just like what goddamn what's that so Raven dude
Orlando Brown.
Yeah, Orlando Brown be crashing out every time he get on the internet, and Disney basically brought him up.
Okay, so
Disney ain't responsible for that crashing out like that.
Go ahead,
Hold on. This is what I agree with you, Black. First off, I agree with you. Paul Pierce was let go. So if Paul Pierce got let go for having strippers on his Instagram, why would you think this guy would not get let go? He had a civil lawsuit for doing sexual misconduct, and he settled. He allegedly settled for $23 million. Y'all saying in the chat that's not an admission of guilt. I never heard of nobody giving somebody $23 million and they didn't do something that was reprehensible. That's my opinion. And I will say this, like my mom said, there's a personal conduct clause in their contract. So that's why he was let go. And also Court made a valid point. He also had leaked a video of him having relations online. He already was on thin ice. Then he has this going on. And in my opinion, he could have avoided all of this by having that girl sign an NDA. It is my opinion, as to what you were saying earlier, Tukay, as far as the age of consent. This is the thing. It is my opinion that it is morally wrong for any person, it doesn't matter the age, any person that's 50-something years old engaging in a sexual relation with a teenager. I don't care if it's a man or a woman. That's wrong. And I think as a society, we should be able to come together and collectively say, yeah, it's not illegal, but it's still wrong. People don't want to do that. It is what it is. There were a lot of things that were legal that were still morally wrong. Slavery, for one. But that's neither here nor there. You know, I just think people supporting someone that in his old age that had a sexual relationship. We're not even talking about if he was actually dating this girl and courting her. I still would say that's kind of weird, but it was purely sexual with a teenager. That's reprehensible. So I can see why ESPN, and again, settled the case. I can see why ESPN said, oh no, you broke this morality clause. You're already on thin ice. You broke this morality clause. You gotta go. So I fully support it.
All right, I mean, I get it, bro. I really do, but you can't tell me that morality is right or wrong, but the law say that you was in the right. Like at some point, we gonna have to pick a poison. At some point, you got because that's like you saying, hey, I pay you, but you can't drink this type of water because morally, I don't think that is right. Like jobs shouldn't be able. Jobs got too much power in y'all life. That's the reason why y'all be having. I'm serious. Like, bro, y'all be having bullshit behind close friends because a motherfucker at your job can see your page. Like, bro, think about the power that the average job has over your life. Like, this motherfucker pay you enough money to make it back there and to struggle for the rest of your life, but you over here hiding info from them.
The law overrides morality, though.
This, yeah, because y'all, I'm sorry, not you, chat, y'all not getting it. This was a morality clause. This wasn't a
you don't know
a
what
law
it
thing.
was.
It was he got released due to a violation of the morality clause. So that's what we're talking about. I'm not saying he broke the law or different. Which again, the girl didn't even press charges. I think he did what she said. I think, in my opinion, she got $23 million. I think he stuck his penis in her butt after she told him not to do that and didn't use a condom. I believe that.
Yeah.
Why you go there?
That's what the allegations were. And she had it in text message immediately after, and old boy settled for $23 million. Now, if y'all think he just wrote, he stuck, and remember this, he offered her $10 million. I never heard of nobody offering $10 million and they did not do absolutely anything wrong. The only person I do believe that settled a lawsuit, and they shouldn't have, and they were completely innocent, was Michael Jackson. And that wasn't even for no $23 million. And later it came out that it was completely bogus, the whole allegations.
So we can't reserve later for Shannon Sharpe? Because I know a bunch of niggas who settle out just to make the shit go away.
Who else settled for $23 million?
No, because they settled. A lot of motherfuckers. Why you think that women
did he try to settle with Cassie?
Why you think niggas even do this in the first place? Like, niggas will settle out because it's gonna tank the brand. Shannon tried to go against it, but like, see, go do what you're gonna do. And you see what happened to him. He just guilty just because he's guilty at this point. So what you saying, Kels, it makes sense, but it don't. Like,
how you gonna say it,
man? No. Because listen, okay, y'all, we talking about morality. Okay, how morality overrules the law. How about we shut down the whole OnlyFans if that's the standard? Stop having the standard for. Listen,
I'm with that.
How y'all got more standards for one black man than the fucking entire company who is letting the shit happen daily? Y'all want to put his head on the chopping block, but ain't nobody writing or rioting outside of OnlyFans.
Look, majority of people. Look. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to the ground. If you don't agree with company policies, don't work for them. Shannon worked for ESPN. I'm pretty sure he knew what ESPN did in the past, what their rules are, whatever. He broke them. At the end of the day, Disney own ESPN, and Disney do not fucking play. Disney do not fucking bullshit, and they cut his ass loose. They just like they did with that strong motherfucker talking to Megan Good.
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors. They cut his ass from being Kane the Conqueror just because he was running from a white girl and he got allegations put on him. Same thing.
And Tukay, I'm with you. I think OF should completely go away, but I know who owns it, and I know who owns it, and I'll just leave it at that. I'm with you on that. I think all pornography should go away. But at the end of the day, he, like Black said, he broke his morality clause. And I think I think the whole thing, the way it played out, it was orchestrated. Let me be clear. I think he did what he did. I'm not saying he's innocent, but I think they purposely knew what he did, and it was all orchestrated. That's my opinion on it.
But the only fault I got for Shannon, man, is not for being, it's for being unloyal to the person who brought him in. And to me, that's the Skip Bayless. Shannon got hot in the britches, dog. Started looking at the grass on the other side. Left Fox, went to ESPN. I feel like the ESPN really like set Shannon ass up because they effectively killed their competition off by bringing Shannon over, then fired his ass, and now there's no competition once again. There's no competition once again. So I think if I'm blaming Shannon for anything, it's not it's for being like for turning on Skip, bro. Because motherfucking Steven, they ain't got the nigga back. We gotta call him. Hello.
Yo.
Spaces, what it do, bro?
Yeah, what's good? So I just wanted to comment on what Black said about Disney not playing. That's not true. Well, granted, yes, they take it seriously because they fired them or whatever the case. But Disney, you can look up history of inappropriate messages in Disney movies and cartoons and all this stuff, bro. There was an actual penis on the castle of the mermaid.
What they got to do with Shannon Sharpe fucking women?
No, he telling you, Black, listen.
Man, Disney can do whatever the fuck they want. That's their company.
Black, you okay? Go ahead, finish, bro.
Like he said that they don't play as far because Shannon Sharpe and his sexual proclivities and what he did, but Disney has a history of doing the same thing. They just got embarrassed and they said let's cut him short because this case is too big. That's what that was.
All right,
that's
bro.
all I got.
Appreciate it.
He want to bring up some shit that's 20 years old.
It don't matter.
Not a damn dick on a damn castle.
That goes back to the point that I was saying.
That ain't even Disney fault. The guy that actually drew that, he did that. Disney didn't tell him to do that shit.
What did Disney do with him?
Fired him. Fired him.
It doesn't
I know the
matter.
whole story on that. What he's talking about.
It does
he
not
tried
matter.
to call and be a smart ass.
It does not matter. At the end of the day, these black men, and I'm going to make it about race, and I try not to, they think when they get some money that they can move like the people that run Disney, and they can't, and they don't. They don't. They like you said before, Paul Pierce, well, they can hold on because I'm talking. This is what happens. We have morality clauses for a reason. Even though they do these things, they are the shot callers. They are the globalists. This guy, Shannon Sharpe, is not a globalist. Go ahead. Take the call.
What the fuck is a globalist?
Yo,
so I feel like Shannon, I don't know if he did or if he didn't do it, but I feel like Shannon the type of guy that just would have paid that money
to make it go away.
Yeah, just to go away so he can get back to his regular life. That's all I'm going to say about that part. And then as far as Disney, bro, I just went to California, bro, and they got a whole protest on the little Hollywood strip of folks get mad and all, you know what I'm saying, protesting all the pedophiles, all the people that touch kids, all the wrongdoings that's been going on at Disney. So we can't really say Disney don't play that and they got a whole protest, bro. You can't even walk
But these folks know Disney, bro. Everybody that came to Disney came normal and they left weird as fuck.
Rules for thee, not for me. Rules for thee, not for me. That's what I don't understand. What y'all not getting?
We get rules with,
yes,
not for me. That's cool,
right.
But don't say that Disney don't play when we got a track record of them playing.
They don't play with their employees. If you are at the top, it's different. They let go a woman that refused to put her pronouns on her Instagram. Okay, she was an actress in the show a Mandalorian. They let her go.
Yeah.
They do not, when it comes to their employees, and she was a white girl. Got her up on out of here. They have a history of sticking with their morality clause. That's all I'm saying.
They checked the Snow White actress too. They checked her crazy ass too.
They checked her. You work for them, and that's what it is.
We got
That's what it is.
from Washington, D.C. What to do, love? Wait, damn, y'all made the call to hang up.
And I will say this: Shannon Sharpe ain't got it like that to be offering $10 million just to have something go away and he's innocent. Y'all are smoking. If that man only wanted to spend $30K on his daughter's wedding, which I had no problem with, if you recall, because we talked about it on this show, he ain't offered that broad $10 million for no good reason and settled for 23 more money than he ever made when he was in the league. He ain't got it like that. He's not no friggin' billionaire. Y'all are tripping.
But see, he had a pending offer for $100 million. So if I got to spend 10 of this so I can get the other 90 to make this bullshit go away, I'm gonna do that. Fuck my daughter wedding.
And remember, and it went away. And he still had to settle, and he still settled for $23 million. He still settled for $23 million.
And that's admitting to guilt right there. Like settling.
If he was innocent, why would you settle for $23 million and you don't even have that $100 million coming in? Come on, y'all.
Hold on. What's up with it, bro?
It's so much that happened since the first time I tried to call. First thing, we don't know what Shannon Sharpe money look like. We don't know what his money look like. And a $30,000 wedding is a lot of money and a big ass wedding for a regular. Shannon Sharpe may be a millionaire, but a $30,000 wedding is still a $30,000 wedding. That's a big, nice ass wedding. That's the first thing. Second thing is this: Shannon Sharpe was overcritical of Ja Morant when he was flashing guns and getting suspended, and he lost his hundreds of millions of dollars. I know we like to do the whole Disney protest and the pedophilia claims and all that, but it is on record. There is nobody that works for Disney that was accused or found guilty of pedophilia or any type of sex claims that still have a job right now. None of their employees got caught up with some stuff and either and then you got to think about all them text messages that came out, him doing the race play game and all that. That looks bad on their company. They're going to make the best decision for their company. So the protest and what people are conspiring about them, that ain't got nothing to do with what their actual employees are doing. So Shannon Sharpe didn't get set up by nobody.
Okay.
He was a horn dog. He went and tried to get a little dick wet with a young 19-year-old girl. He got finessed. So that's the real thing y'all should be talking about. A 50-year-old let a 20-year-old finesse him. That's the real issue. How in the hell did a 50-year-old man let a 20-year-old finesse him out of millions of dollars? He should be way smarter than it.
Okay, cool. All right, bro. Appreciate you for calling in.
Look, and I have a message. My father texted me. He said, Black is correct. Once you sign the contract, meaning he signed the contract, that's it. You know, yeah, shout out to my father. And shout out to Kenny.
That call was perfect. It couldn't have been nicer.
Kelly Daddy.
Cool.
W's in the chat.